Hi there, I'm Loraine Prokopiou and welcome to the Reformer Studio. We're going to do a little bit of work now looking at how we get set your reformer up effectively for footwork. So I'm working with Andrea here today and she's around about the same height as me. So I've made a guesstimate and set up the reformer ready for her to get going. So Andrea, let's just try that now, lying down onto the reformer. So she's just perching on the edge and then doing a little log roll in. And then just resting your feet just onto the foot bar, just nice and comfortable there. So what we're looking for is this nice kind of vertical thigh and about a 90-degree angle at the hip. And in an ideal world, we'd like to get a 90-degree angle at the knee as well. That's not always possible with your setup, depending on how your reformer is. Now, the modern reformers that we're working on today are really adjustable. And the more traditional reformers, it was just you hooked your springs on the end and that was that, all set up for Joseph Pilates. But we've got a lot more variability on most of the reformers that you'll see at the moment. So let's just try working a little bit of footwork, Andrea. Just reach your toes towards the sky a little bit and then just pushing up and down there and just see what that feels like. Yeah, nice. So what we're looking for really is that good range of movement, that she feels nice and comfortable and the knees aren't getting into too much flexion as she comes in and out, and she can engage all the musculature around the lower limbs. And then make this one your last one, come back to a stop. Nice job. And the other thing you want to just double check as well is head and neck position. So this is completely flat at this point in time. Now Andrea might like to just lift the head and rest that back down. So I've got that on about level 2. Is that quite comfortable? Okay, excellent. Nice. So we can mess around with the position here. Andrea's quite mobile, so this is probably a good starting point for her. And we can, I'll show you actually if we take it in a little bit further. So Andrea, if you just hug your knees into your chest, you can hug them in if that's comfortable for you. Just keep her nice and stable there. And then with this reformer, I can pull all the way in, and now you can rest your feet back onto the foot bar. That's nice. So now you can see we've got a deeper hip flexion going on here. Now, just push up and down for a few for me there. So she can probably handle this quite comfortably because she's got good mobility through the hips and the knees. Does that feel okay? Good, yeah, I'd take a little rest there. But if she was more uncomfortable with that, if she had tighter hips, I might want to have her a little bit further out. So I'm going to take her one more notch out. Thank you, Andrea, lifting your knees up for me. Where did I want to go? I want to go right there. There we go. All right, so rest your feet back onto the foot bar. Good, so it's a slightly different angle of the hip there, and just push up and down just to let us see what that looks like. Feel okay? That's good, lovely. And then come all the way back to the stopper and take a little rest there. Okay, thanks Andrea, that was great. If you'd like to come off the reformer the same way as you did before, lovely, thank you very much. And now we're going to have a look with Chris getting on the reformer. Now Chris is quite a lot taller, so we'll need to adjust the reformer accordingly. So I'm going to take the gear bar and the springs out that little bit, so that moves the carriage a little bit further away from the foot bar. So if you want to come on down onto the reformer, again perching on the edge, little log roll in, and then just easy resting the feet onto the foot bar, and we just get a little bit of an idea of how this looks on Chris. So first thing I notice as well, I know Chris has got a little bit of kyphosis going on through the upper back, so I want to sort his head and neck out. So we'll give you a little extra padding there. Try that. Comfy?
Yep, comfy.
Good. All right, so I'm noticing almost immediately that his knees and hips are wanting to abduct a little bit, because I'm guessing he's a little bit uncomfortable in the hip. So we notice we've got that deeper hip flexion happening here, and that's not that comfortable for Chris right now. So if you can bring your knees up, that's great. And then what I'm going to do here is drop the foot bar down a little bit, so you can rest your feet back down. That's great. So I needed to do it that way round in this situation because the gear bar was up as far as I can take it. So my next adjustment is the foot bar. So although we've got that's where we want to start really, is that lovely 90-degree hip flexion. And then although my knee's not fully at 90 degrees, that's going to feel more comfortable for you. Is that right?
Definitely.
Good. So let's just have a look at a little bit of footwork. So straightening the knees, yeah, lovely, and then bending. keeping the pelvis into that neutral, and that looks like that's a nice comfy range of movements. We can get good engagement through all the muscles without any pain. Okay.